It's my wife's 2019 Honda Odyssey, and when we first got the car, shortly after we got it back in May of 2024, the bunch of errors would come on, like lane change assist, cruise control, brake system would come on, go, come and go, come and go. I just said, whatever, it sounds like a battery. Well, we'll replace the battery, and it didn't stop it. So if you look on the dash, I've taken down the cover for the camera. Research indicates that it's probably this camera, and here it is. What I've seen on Reddit and some posts online is that there's a heat sink issue here where the paste gets dried out. So I've got some paste. I'm gonna open this up and see if this is it. Here's the camera code for you. A lot of people on the thread say that you have to get the camera calibrated if you buy a new one, and the new one's like 600 bucks. So before I do, I don't think my pretty nails my 4-year-old did. Before I buy a new one, I'm just going to try and do this and see if it fixes it. I got some thermal paste from the office today, so this shouldn't take too long. When I put it back up, I'll show you how I took the cover down. Again, and also I bought a thermal camera off of TikTok shop, and when I got in the car today, it was at 150 degrees just after startup. So I'm confident that it's probably this camera. While I've got this down, I'm also going to clean out the inside and the window just in case. So it'll be either that or this, but all right, I'll come back when I got it open. Bye. 4 screws later, and it pops out like that, and I do think that is the culprit. There's your processor, and there's the paste for the heat dissipation. I guess this is also the back cover and the heat sink. And let's see what's on the other side. There may be another processor on the other side. Not that I see. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wipe this off, get all this heat sink off. I'm gonna put a big dollop. I've got some diamond thermal paste that I bought a few years ago that's non-conductive, so that it won't cause an issue if I put too much. And I think I'd rather have too much than not enough at this point in time. But let's see, I'm gonna touch it. It does feel sort of bitter or brittle. And yeah, it's like dried out. Not an expert, I have built computers before, but it doesn't look like it was making good contact there. As you can see, if it came off so easy. So I'm gonna clean it up and I'll be back in a second. All right, got it cleaned off. I just used some of the Electra parts cleaner there, put it on a little rag, cleaned off both sides, and then sprayed it down with the air hose just to make sure that didn't leave any lint. So let me let that, and I have this I got off Amazon years ago. I see diamond, 7-karat diamond thermal compound, superior performance and reliability. If I recall correctly, this is non-conductive. It doesn't say it's non-conductive on the side here, but I'm gonna trust my instinct. But I'm gonna not use too much. In computers with larger chips, you usually do a P drop. I'm just gonna do a small drop, a small bit. I'm gonna do a grain of rice. I'm gonna use that method. And you can order this stuff off of Amazon. It's not that expensive. Oh, let's go. It's hard to push. One second. It's really difficult to push out of there, so I just got it on my finger. I think it's kind of cool outside, so I put that much on it. If it don't work, I'll order some more, but I mean, it should give me an idea. It ain't rocket science. I mean, you sure developing these chips is rocket science, but this putting paste on it's not rocket science. I've built computers. I never had an issue with it. So let's put it back together and see how things go. All right, back in the car. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to, if it doesn't work, I'm gonna leave it out and try a different thermal paste somewhere. But that's what the camera's set. Before I put it back in, I'm gonna just clean a little bit. It looks kind of foggy in there, or dusty. That's the little lens that the camera looks through the windshield. So it's a little better. Now to get this camera out, all I did was I pulled this middle tab out. There's a pin there, so when I put it back in, the plastic piece goes in and down. Hold on, gotta get closer. My wife's chair is so awkward. All right, so that plastic piece has to go in that bracket and then slide down. And then, so you pull the middle. Nope. That wasn't good. No. Follow along as we make mistakes. If I didn't fix it, didn't break it, it probably fixed it. All right, again. Now I gotta pull that metal piece back. There we go. She clipped in. And then the cover that came off was here. You can see it fit. I had to come at an angle, but you take this cover off first. I use the pin, a pick to pull that back, and then it pulls backwards like that. The best thing to do to get it disconnected was to take this here and pull it that way, and that takes it off the hook. And then on the other side, pull it that way, and then it slides off. So come along as we crank up and hopefully nothing explodes. Still saying problems. Oh, the transmission system problem. Drive, park. What was that transmission problem? Let's check the temperature of this. Let's see if it was at 150. Where that transmission code came from? I'll get my scan reader out and we'll look. Probably related, but here's an old thermal scanner I got off TikTok. TikTok shop. Alright. Earlier it was saying 150 is high, so is that 60 degrees? I wonder if I clear the codes in the computer and then come back, because that's significantly cooler than it was. I mean, we're on the back of the heatsink too, so. Alright, I'll be back. Alright, I got the auto hooked up and scanned. I got a few faults. Let's see what this automatic transmission fault is. Okay, communications network malfunction. It's pending and confirmed. It must have something to do with that camera from where I took it out. I think I'm gonna clear that code, see what that one does. Well, Let's just look at the rest of the codes first. ABS fault, it's probably a communication issue. The U, confirm U, yeah, CAN communication with driving support. Gauges, probably the same thing or similar, a U code. U, confirmed. Lost communication, yeah, man, that's probably when I took it, disconnected it. Oh, I forgot to plug it in. That makes sense. Let me turn the car off. Plug it in. Yeah. Idiot. Oh. No wonder the temperature didn't go up. But, my beautiful fingers. Girl dad. Alright. Now, let's check the let's crank this sucker back up. Alright, that code's gone, which is great. But it's no longer blinking. And it's still saying 140. You can't see that. 145. That's still high, huh? I think it ought to be like in a computer around 90. So. Let's see. Auto having problem. Alright, so there's those issues. I'm gonna rescan. Let's see, do a quick erase. This is a start, push to start engine car too, so I don't know how to just turn the ignition on. There's probably some type of a way in here that you can go into diagnostics mode, maybe. Not sure. There may be some information in here. All right, so I'm gonna redo these codes. All right, I want to turn it off. Touch this thing, but it's not that hot. Huh. Immediately. No response. Let's see, let's do a auto scan. Let's scan it again. Alright, I'll be back. Alright, so I rescanned, I went in and deleted any codes in any of the systems, and I figured out how to you just don't hit the brake and hit the button twice, and that puts you into ignition on, not started. One fault, the U0104. And it said, so under search, I read here there's a CAN bus. Without this CAN bus, cannot exchange information. Your scan tool may not be able to get the information. I saw something about fixing a broken wire. Check all fuses. Now, when I was hooking up this OBD, and I haven't really ever hooked up the OBD to this. This was in the slot, and so there's two wires going in. I don't know how this is wired in. I'm assuming this is like a shut off of some sorts for when this was maybe this is a rental car. I don't know. I wonder if I put this together, what happens? I'm turning the car off, we'll put it together, and I'll be back. All right, so I Googled the number. There was a number on the side, and it came up as like a dealership edition or low jack, or I think probably what it is the one place that it was buy here, pay here. So what I did was I took the male end, plugged it into the OBD port, and then hooked my code reader into the OBD. That is the adapter. And it comes up here, as you can see, I did a rescan, all passing. Okay. No faults, all passing. So no CAN area network communication issues. I'm still getting that on the dash. I wonder if I crank it and drive it, if it'll go away. And I do want to say that my dumb butt said it was 150 degrees. I was picking up the daggone lights. So it actually is like 68 degrees for that camera. So see, I was picking up that silly light. But that camera is like 78 degrees. So, all right. So I'm going to drive this around. I fixed the communication issue. So maybe it just needs to drive and see. I don't know. Let's see. I'll come back later, maybe tomorrow. But we'll find out. All right, so it's been a few weeks since I did the videos in this video about the 2019 Honda issue with the lights, and I have some updates. I took that camera down. I took some of the thermal paste that I had at the office. It was a little thick, so it didn't work. I don't think it broke from where I dropped it. The thing's pretty solid. I think it's a heat issue where it's up in the top and it's black, and there's just black paint and the sun's beating down on it all the time. So search the forum. Let me back up. It's been so long that my recollection's a little blurry, but I just wanted to make sure I close this video out and post this for anyone who has this problem, because again, there's a lot of forums out there about this problem, but not about the solution. And I found one solution that worked and saved me a ton of money. So what I did was I ordered new thermal paste from Amazon. It came in. I took that camera back apart, redid the thermal paste, stuck it back up there, and it didn't work. I took my scan tool that I have, the Autel, and I kind of went through and explored some, because I hadn't really done much in depth with the newer model vehicles, because I hadn't had to. And I'm also kind of intimidated and afraid because of all the, you got your CAN, and you got all the things that I'm just not trained in, but I guess I'll eventually get to learn one day. Oh, like now. So what I did was took the Autel, went into the module, and I had the communication error with that module. That was also causing communication codes in pretty much every other intelligent module that is in the vehicle. And what I did was I unplugged it. As soon as I plug that harness back in to the camera, it automatically goes ding, ding, gives me those 5 warning codes. Unplug it, plug it back in immediately as soon as that harness clicks, ding. So I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the camera. What I didn't want to do is do the part scan and throw the money at the camera, and then it be something else like the fuel pump. And, I haven't got that fuel pump in yet. It's still waiting to go, but it's been running. The fuel pump's been fine as long as we keep the gas at a certain level. Now, what did I do to fix the problem? I went on the forums, searched, and most people say you got to get a new camera. That fixes the problem. I found one guy on one of the Odyssey forums that said he purchased a used camera from eBay, plugged in, didn't have to calibrate it, and it worked straight away, which was great. I have the Autel camera. While I was the Autel system, I was perusing it. It has the ability to calibrate the camera. It says you have to calibrate it, static calibration, and one that you got to move around. I can't remember what they call it. So you need, in order to calibrate it, you need that system, but you also need these targets that you put up, and this is a similar thing that you can do for the side view camera. So I started looking on YouTube, not YouTube, but Google and Amazon, and you can get the targets. You can even download them for like $40, but you have to set them up in a particular way that they stand like certain feet, and I think I could probably do it if I had to. But here's the thing: the cheapest I could find a camera new was $744 from Honda Parts Now or something like that. And then if I calibrate it, great. If I couldn't get it calibrated, then I had to take it to the dealership. Some people were saying that if you didn't buy the camera from the dealership, they wouldn't even do it. And I hate going to the dealership because it's like you're always annoying them. Like oh, you go in there and they're like, oh gosh, you want me to do your job? You want me to do my job? Yeah. And then like, oh, we'll drop it off. We'll get it back to you. And like, you never know, especially what it's going to take. Plus, I think it's like $750 or $850 for the camera at the dealership. It's like $700 in labor, and then they charge you an extra $700 to calibrate it. So you look at like over $2,000. And so what I decided to do was look for a used one. Now, there are several different cameras. If you type the code on the back of the camera into eBay or Google, you'll come up with several different cameras that look like the one that you're using. And I confirmed through some of the forums that if you do what I was planning on doing, or if you buy a new one, you have to get the exact one. Like, they're not interchangeable. Even if they look the same, they're set up for different sizes. So like the Acura's or like a Honda Accord, like they may look the same, but the way that they're designed to go into the car is at a different angle, so which makes sense. So I couldn't find one on eBay that matched my wife's camera's model number, but I did find one from a company in Washington State called Spalding Auto Parts. I bought it, was $360. I think it was $20 in shipping, and there was a 30-day return policy. So I figured, well, let me shoot $300 some bucks to them. Let it come in. It was here within like 4 days. Let it come in, try it. If it doesn't work, I'll send it right back out, and then I'll go with the new. I have nothing to lose but time. So, and the funny thing about this whole thing is this camera system goes down, and I can't even use regular cruise control. It shuts down your lane assist. It shuts down regular cruise control, adaptive cruise control, your automatic high beam, low beam, which hardly ever works. And then every smart system is shut down except for the blind spot recognition, which is odd. So it was last Saturday. Today is March 28th, 2025. Last Saturday, after we get back from flag football, it's in the mailbox. I'm aching to get it in, pull up, take it out the box, turn the car off. I already had the old one, the casing sealed down. Pop it out, pop the new one in, push the button, nothing. My wife immediately says she fixed it. So that fixed it, no issues, no have to calibration. So I just saved like $2,100 by doing it that way. I want to say that if you've got that, and earlier I dropped that camera. I'm an idiot. I saved a whole bunch of money by figuring this stuff out myself. And time too. I mean, I didn't have to go drop my car off at the dealership, drive an hour. So, I mean, do what you're comfortable with. I just wanted to put this information out there for anyone who's willing to do the same, who's facing the issue. Apparently, it's a big issue. A lot of people are having the issue with the ding, 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 and the camera system going down. So there's that. I just want to make sure that you guys have this information, that I close this issue out, and that it helps you in the future. If it helped you, like, comment, let me know.
subscribe. I'm trying to post more content. I'm super busy, got 5 kids, a newborn, work full-time, more than full-time, and then I tinker and remodeling some rooms. So I'm trying to post more things that I do. When I do things that are interesting or where I'm learning, I want to post it. So if you want to see more content like this, like and subscribe. The more I get interaction, the more I remember with my ADHD to make more videos. So thank you so much, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.